Hey everyone, thanks for learning to play games. My name is Lance, and in today's video I'll be going over some miniatures that were sent to me from Lazy Squire Games from their new game, Storm Sunder, that is in production now and will be shipping to backers once it's done. Now these are production quality miniatures, so they will represent what you'll be getting if you chose to back this project. In the video, I'll be showing you close-ups of all of these miniatures, and throughout that process, I'm also going to read some narrative on some of the backstory as I got these really cool cards with them, and each one of these has a backstory for that particular character. So I'll read some of those as we view the video. Now, as always, if you find these videos helpful, if you like what I do, please consider that like button, subscribing to my channel. It's one of the easiest ways you can support channels like mine so we can continue to grow and be able to produce this content. If you also want to stay updated on all my videos, also considering that bell, so you get notifications anytime I release new stuff. Let me know in the comments down below if you liked the video and if you have any other requests or suggestions for videos in the future. I love hearing from you and having a conversation with you. So let me know in those comments below, and let's go ahead and head to the table, and we'll see what these minis look like. Nika rushed down the staircase to answer the door, her hair still wet from her morning bath. Whoever was visiting at this unusual hour was quite impatient, if the frequency of their knocking was any indication. The vampire took a quick glance through the peephole and gasped at what she saw, immediately recognizing the red armor of one of Tarpit's inquisitors. She adjusted her bathrobe in a desperate attempt to look presentable and calmly opened the door. Vanessa took one step into Nika's home as soon as the door was wide enough for her to fit her boot, thrusting her silver sword under the vampire's ribcage and into her heart. Nika tried to scream, but Vanessa violently jammed a wadded-up rag into her open mouth to silence her. Vanessa closed the door and then dragged Nika's body upstairs before stuffing her in the bottom of a linen closet. She searched the entire house to confirm what she already knew, that Nika lived alone. Vanessa closed the curtains in the house and then sat on the spare bedroom bed, where she cleaned and polished her weapons as she patiently waited for nightfall. When night finally came, she peered through the curtains, intently watching the busy streets below. The sun was low in the sky, casting countless shadows across the small settlement on the outskirts of Tarpit. Alexander stood at the edge of town, dispassionately surveying the corpse of a vampire, dead from a crossbow bolt to the eye. "Should I have been moved by this?" he asked, gesturing at the other dead vampires around him, all meeting similar ends. "She had fun," Alexandra said ravenously, ignoring her brother's question. She stalked behind Alexander and whispered in his ear, "I want to have fun with her." Alexander waved his twin away like one would an annoying insect. "I have to catch her first, and no one from here to Vala Palace seems to have any interest in slowing her down." "Then we run faster," Alexandra said, crouching low and sniffing at the ground near some muddy footprints. "She's only human." "That remains to be seen," Alexander said, pushing the crossbow bolt further into the vampire's eye socket before yanking it out. "She's angry, though." Alexander inspected the bolt as if it held more significance than it possibly could, and that will be a lot of fun. Winter slouched in the driver's seat of her cart, twirling a gold coin in one hand and ignoring the whimpering coming from the cage behind her. "How many this month?" a deep voice called out from the darkness. Startled, Winter dropped her coin, which bounced on the seat and then to the ground below. The half-demon went headfirst after it, rolling forward in the dirt, as her horse and cart kept moving without her. "Only two this time, Greg. Business has been slow." Winter dusted off the coin and then herself, before trotting to Lord Gregor, who had already stopped the horse and was inspecting the cargo. Lord Gregor pulled a coin purse from his belt and tossed it to Winter. "That's half as many as last month," he said with disdain, though Winter couldn't tell if that was directed at her, nor did she care. She was too busy inspecting each coin in the purse, holding one after the other in the moonlight. A woman from the cage reached out and tried to grab Winter's arm, but she was too far away. "Have mercy, please." "Why do I need mercy when I have gold?" Winter said, shrugging. She then climbed into Lord Gregor's cart and snapped the reins. Lord Darius marched through the main doors of the High Council chambers, barely giving the two enforcers posted outside time to move out of the way. The council was not in session, and only Lord Rickard was inside, sitting at his seat with a small stack of parchment documents and a quill. "Your refusal to act has brought death to our doorstep," Darius said, and tossing a crossbow bolt onto the council table, It landed in Lord Rickart's parchments, staining their edges with a blackish red blood the bolt was soaked in. Lord Rickard placed his quill in a small inkwell and stood up to face Darius. I will not allow your personal grudges to dominate our agenda.